Welcome to Kaleidoscope Toy and Miniature Australian Shepherds in Raleigh, North Carolina. I had someone email me the other day and ask me a really good question. What they wanted to know is what truly is important to train a new dog, or your old dog, or your new puppy. You know, it's everybody goes, oh, we got to teach the dog to sit. Oh, we got to teach the dog to down. Oh, we got to teach the dog to stay. Oh, we got to teach the dog to come. And you go to class and you learn all that. And there's nothing wrong with going to class and learning all of that. And because really what that does is it teaches your dog to learn, to think, and to understand that you are hopefully the leader and they are the follower. And it builds a relationship because they start to understand that you're communicating with them. You're trying to teach them your language. You're certainly not learning their language. So we're teaching our dog whatever language we speak. And, so that's fine. But in reality, how many times have you ever seen a person out in public say, dash, heel, and walk their dog? How many times have you seen that? Never. You don't see that. You see that never. But it doesn't hurt to teach them to heel. It's a good skill to have. But for me, practical dog training a house dog, training a pet dog, is more of a holistic animal, meaning, first of all, you have to have the relationship. You have to have a dog or dogs. I'm looking at mine because they're hanging around right here. I'm in a 10-acre pasture and they're hanging around right here with me, and I don't have any treats. I have nothing. You have to build a bond. You have to have a dog that wants to please you, that wants to be with you. And it seems counterintuitive, but the worst way to achieve that is using treats. If you use treats, if you have a treat bag, the relationship is with the treat bag. It's with the food. It's not with you. Okay, dogs are not human beings that go to a job and get paid. The modern dog training, you have to pay the dog. You have to pay the dog. No, you don't. It's not a human being that works at a job. It's an animal that is hardwired to live in an animal society. And what animals want to be is accepted by the other members of the pack. It wants to be seen in a good light by the leader of the pack. That's me. You can see my dogs back here. They could be anywhere. This is a 10-acre field. And they're with me because I've established myself as a leader. So the question is a deep question. And I think like you have to start at the very beginning, which means your dog does not ever put its paws on you. You notice that my dogs, and I'm sorry I don't have my wireless mic today, but you notice my dogs are with me, but they are not putting their paws on me. I teach my puppies right from the start, unless they're invited up. You also don't tighten the leash, do you, Dash? Unless they're invited up, they're not to touch me. Do not touch the leader of the pack unless you are invited to do so. If I have a small puppy, I'll sit on the floor with it. I'll invite it up into my lap. I might play a little bit of tug with it or just rub it and scratch it and love it. But it is never to come and jump up on me. What it's supposed to do is be with me, but be respectful of me. This is Dash. He's here staying with me for a week, and he's had a big reminder of that this week. So we're going to start there. We're going to start the day we bring home our puppy. And I'm not saying, scold your puppy for jumping on you or anything. We're just going to start setting gentle boundaries. If the puppy jumps up, then what I will do is I'll take the puppy, I'll shape it into a sit on the floor, and then I'll pet it. So it learns to offer certain body positions in order to get attention. And you can use food. When they're real little, you can use some food, but, it depends on the dog. It depends on its attention span and all of that. You can use a little bit of food and you can fade that later. But it's a lot easier to start with very little food instead of just being a treat dispenser and then having to fade that out later, because then you have to retrain the dog completely. So number one is I'm pack leader. I'm a human, you're a dog. You're not my child. You're not my baby. You know, this dog's going to grow up, and in 2 years' time, it's going to be an adult animal. It's never going to be your baby. You didn't give birth to it. Don't insult people who actually have children and are raising children by calling your dog a baby, your child. Because it also erodes the relationship and the way you perceive the relationship with the animal. You know, there's nothing wrong with being an animal if you're an animal. And that's why the term pet parent just goes right down my back, because when you look at it that way, then you devalue the dog being a dog. So anyway, getting back to, so day one, I'm going to start teaching my puppy that certain body positions get it attention, such as scooping it into a sit, petting it, playing with it, and it'll start to learn that, you know, the jumping up and the clawing and the barking and all of that isn't what you want. It just wants to know what you want. So right off the bat, we're going to start there. The other thing I'm going to teach my dog is furniture is for human, and a nice bed on the floor is for the dog. That's personal choice, but I just prefer that my dogs never touch my furniture. A lot of times dogs get hurt jumping on and off of furniture. People get hurt from dogs jumping up on them, especially elderly. If you're sitting in a chair and all of a sudden this dog jumps up on you while you're sitting in the chair. Furniture belongs to the human. The bed on the floor belongs to the, well, it doesn't belong to the dog gets to use it, because the other thing I'm going to teach my dog, there's a lot. And you notice none of it involves sit down, come stay, except for that I would like to scoop my puppy into a sit to show it an appropriate way to present itself to a human being, which is basically keep all 4 feet, my dogs learn, all 4 feet on the floor. Do not jump on me. As an adult dog, do not tighten the leash. If I have to close my hand on this leash, he's going to get a little correction. And this teaches him to follow my body, and it also prepares him for off-leash. So, just like with horses, the animal should be doing all of the work. You should just be presenting to the animal what you want, and then the animal has to work it out. Mentally, it has to think about what it is I want. And what I want is all 4 feet on the floor, and I don't want to have to tighten this leash. I don't want you crossing in front of me, and I don't want you crossing behind me. And I'm not using treats. Now, that isn't with a little tiny brand new puppy, but this is just a little bit more when you have an older puppy or an adult dog. And so see, now he's sitting beside me. You can't see him, but he is. And I just have the leash like that. And he's not to tighten it. He's not to pull on it. He's not to take off or anything like that. So it's just hanging over my shoulder. And he is sitting very politely at my side. And you notice I didn't give a single verbal command. Dogs do not have a language. You know, Cher said it best in, well, what movie was that, when she said, wolves have no words. Moonstruck. Wolves have no words. Dogs have no words. Everything with a dog is body language. All of it. Walk when I walk, stop when I stop, or on the floor, the leash is over my shoulder. Whoops, I dropped it. Don't tighten the leash. Don't pull on it. Don't get in front of me. Don't get behind me. Walk by my side. When I stop, you stop. And that is the dog mirroring us. The dog following the pack leader. So the very first thing, I don't want this video to get too long, but they asked me what's important to train, and I think the bond is very important. Getting down on the floor, playing with your puppy, teaching it that you don't jump on me, claw me, bark in my face, by gently putting it in the position you want it to be in, and then giving it the attention that it craves, or playing with it, or feeding it as food, or whatever. And you know, that's just a great start. They're getting a new Aussie Doodle puppy, and to me that's a great start. And yeah, if you want to teach, sit down, come and stay and all of that, you can, but you're not going to use any of it except for maybe come and maybe sit, maybe stay, I don't know. But most dogs that go to a class and learn sit down, come and stay, it never applies to their regular life because they're distracted. They've never built the bond with the human. They see something, they're not listening to you, because the core of the relationship is not there. And that is leader, follower, human, dog. The dog will be much happier when it knows its place and it's raised thoughtfully like that, and then everything else that you teach will come a lot easier. So this, I'll probably make 2 videos out of this. I don't like to make my videos too long. Nobody wants to watch a long drawn out video. So let's start there with your new Aussie Doodle puppy or any puppy that you have. Building the bond, teaching it its place. You don't jump on me. You don't jump up on the furniture. You don't bark in my face for attention. Nothing in the house belongs to you. Everything belongs to me. You're not allowed to resource guarding. And the other thing I will say is get your hands all over that puppy every single day on a table. Get a grooming table. Dash the other day, I was doing some grooming for his owners, and he put his teeth on me, and then he got to wear a muzzle. So the other thing, he didn't bite me, but he just kind of went, hey, because I was trimming his feet, so I just put a muzzle on him. Teach your dog how to wear a muzzle. But, you know, if he had been taught in the first place that I can handle it, a human, because my dogs wouldn't dare do that to me. But I teach them from the time they're a tiny puppy that I can handle any part of your body. You belong to me. Your body parts belong to me. Everything in the house belongs to me. I'm the leader of the pack. I'm the one that provides your food. The food belongs to me. And dogs get that message real quick. And then you can just hang the leash over your shoulder, and the dog is sitting here waiting for me to tell it what to do. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you. Drop the leash.